Representative Oscar Callaway enters a disturbing statement into the U.S. congressional record. The statement reveals why J.P. Morgan interests hired 12 high-ranking news managers. The 12 were asked to determine the most influential newspapers in America. They were to figure out how many news organizations it would take to control generally the policy of the daily press of the United States. The 12 found it was only necessary to purchase the control of 25 of the greatest papers. An agreement was reached. The policy of the papers was bought, and an editor was placed at each paper to ensure that all published information was in keeping with the new policy.
Been authorized, at least in the United States, by the court system of the United States to knowingly lie to the public. So it's not the CNN and the Fox and the MSNBC and CNBC and NBC and all of that you want to rely on. If you do rely on those news outlets, then you're probably misinformed rather than informed.
If you stand up and tell the truth, you are immediately labeled a racist, a bigot, a homophobe. It doesn't matter. I mean, look at Donald Trump. He doesn't have anything against gay people. He doesn't have anything against legal immigrants.
You know what the backbone of our country? People that came here, and they came here legally. People that came to this country legally, and they worked their ass off, and they've made the country great. That's the backbone. That's the backbone.
And yet he is systematically lied about and destroyed, or at least attempted to be destroyed, through name-calling and false reporting and smear campaigns carried out by a media that has abandoned any idea of unbiased journalism or objective reporting. They don't even pretend. They are willing to lie and cheat and rig the system and present disinfo to the public. The media ignores all the things that you need to know and then highlights all the things that they want you to believe, even though they're completely false. And so what used to be the free press in America has really now just become a tool of disinformation.
Marketed as the Million Mom March, a publicity stunt created by gun disarmament advocates takes shape at the nation's capital.
Women and their families will push for gun safety in what they call the Million Mom March.
Weeks before the march actually took place, the media reports served as invitations for support and participation in the anti-gun agenda.
Dan, this Mom's March is going to bring enormous pressure on Congress.
Now to the emotional issue of gun control in the United States. The nation's capital is preparing for a demonstration against gun violence.
Organizing the ostensibly spontaneous march was Donna Dees Thomas's. Americans were told that Dees Thomas's was a mere suburban housewife and political novice who was shocked into action after watching the televised aftermath of a shooting at a daycare center. This portrayal of her background was repeated uniformly throughout the establishment media.
Women to watch, a suburban mother whose life has been changed by the gun debate, how she became a political activist, where that's led. That's a surprise to her friends and even to her. Here's NBC's Lisa Myers.
Donna Dees Thomas is a suburban mom, too busy with her 2 daughters and a part-time job to pay much attention to politics. Describes herself as apathetic.
No one ever turns out for rallies about gun control.
That's what you were told?
That's what I was told.
Undaunted, she decided to set up the march herself.
What's the biggest thing you've ever organized before?
A carpool.
In reality, Dees Thomas's is a political veteran, a former congressional staffer and publicist for the CBS News. She is a shrewd, well-connected player for the media elite. Despite the prolonged, heavily financed and national anti-gun effort, the Million Mom March fell far short of its name. However, the low attendance didn't stop the media from promoting the illusion of a nationwide demand for more gun laws.
The media are trying to create the illusion that there is this massive outpouring of public support for disarming civilians in this country in the name of public safety, but this is an illusion. It's a carefully cultivated illusion. And it's intended to advance an agenda supported and promoted by the elite that controls the media, and that elite is trying to create a world government. In order to do so, it would be necessary, first of all, to disarm the targeted population that would be subject to that government.